everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alicia Elizabeth and I am so excited that you have decided to join me here today. If you are a new viewer, hello, welcome. I want to encourage you to subscribe if and only if you like what you heard at the end of this video. If you are a returning viewer, hey boo, hey Thickies, you're looking pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm so happy to have you here. As always, grab a snack, get comfortable. We have some things to talk about. We have officially reached week 10. Y'all, I'm probably going to be hyped all the time moving forward because week 10 means that we've been talking about fitness and health for a little over 2 months, so 2.5 months. And I have come on here and shared a lot of what's going on with me. Prayerfully, I've also been of encouragement, and that in some way, shape, form, or fashion throughout this time, you have began to start your health journey. It does not have to be perfect. Let me say this. It will never be perfect. If it is a journey that you're going to be on for life, and I know some people are like, I don't want to be on a health journey for life, but the reality is every day that you wake up, you have to make a choice to make the healthiest choices for yourself. That does not mean every choice you make is perfect, but the intentions behind the choice does matter. So it is a health journey that you will never arrive to. You will be done when you die. That's just the reality of it. Every day that you are capable of moving, you should move. You should move your body, even if it's for 10 minutes, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Every day that you're capable of grabbing some water, your body needs it, you should do so. So it's not a journey that has an end in mind. Now, I know a lot of us are trying to get in shape for a season or for an event like a wedding or a vacation, but on this channel, I really want to encourage you to think about your health journey as something that you're going to be doing ongoing. And I think it will take the weight off of you and the pressure that you might have behind yourself. So we're going to talk more about that. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself as always, but I just wanted to say thank you. We're at 10 weeks. And it's been nice documenting this with you all. It's been nice sharing and encouraging and also hearing back from you all. Many people have reached out to me on different platforms that I'm on to let me know that they've started the jump challenge, that they have started trying to eat healthier. And so I'm happy about that. Like, I really am. And if there's anything I can ever offer you, feel free to message me and I'll see what I can do. So let's check in. My last weigh-in was May 16th and I lost 1.1 pound. I think that's how you say it, 1.1 pound. This was on May 16th. The video today that I'm covering is for May 17th, which is that Sunday, through May 23rd. I'm going to talk to you about my wins and some of my goals, and we're going to have story time, which ties back into my weigh-in. So my wins is that I lost a pound, that I ate this week, that I've exercised every day, and that this week I was challenged to be a vegetarian, and I think I'm doing pretty good so far. I don't want to say that I can't see myself being a vegetarian as much as I would say as a disclaimer. I think choosing any lifestyle, whether you're a vegetarian, pescatarian, carnivore, whatever route you choose to take, when you are committing to any type of dietary changes, it does take time to prepare for. And I think I had enough time to prepare, but I don't think I took enough time to prepare. But nonetheless, I have enjoyed not having meat in my system this week. I can't say that I've fully seen the benefits of it just yet, but I do feel lighter when I'm exercising, and I feel like I have a little more energy. So I may give it another week. I may do 2-3 more, but I will say that I am missing meat. I hadn't realized until I decided to embark on this, how much I see a meal as complete with meat. So that's really been interesting to reflect upon, how we have been trained. I mean, you're supposed to have certain things on your plate, but like how we can't see something as balanced unless it has all these things that we've been conditioned to eat with every meal. But I don't eat meat in every meal, but I feel like for the most part, certain days like lunch and dinner, I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to have a sandwich, it should have meat on it. If I'm going to have a salad, it should have meat in it. If I'm going to, have broccoli and rice, I should have a meat in there. Like, So that's been really interesting. I've been running through my mind trying to figure out what that's about. Needing to have meat, needing to have a carb at every meal, and even asking myself, do we really need 3 meals a day? I know there are people who do intermittent fasting. I'm not one of those people. I know there are people who eat 5 to 8 small meals a day. I can see how that works depending on what time you're up, what time you're down as far as sleep. But just really trying to ask myself, what things about my body and my diet, and by diet I mean the foods I eat, are true and what have been passed down to me, and I've made them kind of like law. My goals, I started May challenging the people who I did the jump challenge with and the people on social media to moving 30 minutes every day in May and drinking a gallon of water. First of all, drinking a gallon of water is extremely hard. On my best days, which there haven't been many when it comes to this challenge, I started easily at 6 and 7 in the morning, and just by noon I had forgotten to drink. It's an exercise. It is a chore to drink a gallon of water today. However, when I do complete it, I do see the benefits of it, some of which include my body, I think, is processing and digesting food at a better rate. Because sometimes we eat things with fiber in it, and the fiber, you can't digest it unless you are hydrated, because then it can constipate you. I feel like at the beginning of this week, my face was breaking out because on Saturday I had a soda, and I didn't realize my face was like, keep playing. And so I had been drinking a lot of water to kind of flush that out of my system, and I noticed that some of the bumps that I was experiencing cleared up. Definitely helps with hair, skin, and nails. I think it forces you to pay attention to the question of, am I hungry or am I dehydrated? The only downside of drinking a gallon of water a day for me is that I am going to the bathroom too many times. I literally, and this is TMI, but that's what this whole channel has been about. I literally went to the bathroom and was like, I'm just going to sit here because I know I'm going to have to go again. And I did. That blew my mind. Like, I'm in the bathroom cracking up, but I'm also like, this is ridiculous. So I don't enjoy the gallon of water per day, and I don't know for sure if it's something I'll do after May. And I'm just being completely honest with you all. I don't know just yet the full benefits because I haven't given it 100%, and I'm trying. So I might do it in June just to prove a point to myself, just to see what it does. But again, I think when it comes to drinking a gallon of water, it's been easier on my hardest working days to drink when I work out for a long amount of time. So I'm like sweating and getting dehydrated and replenishing myself, which is in reverse, like me drinking the water that I'm sweating. So it's like getting rid of it, I guess. When I start early in the day and when I set my intentions on doing so. So it just depends. It's a combination of all of those things to complete a gallon of water per day. But if you're doing that, kudos to you. I also realized I'd have to stop at 5 p.m. in order to sleep through the night, because if I was drinking water anywhere after 5, it was waking me up. So it was just like, come on, like, it's a lot. So let's get into my story time, which the reason why I chose not to have a central topic for this video is because last week when I lost a pound, I chuckled a little bit. One, because when you become accustomed to losing 2 pounds and more, or any amount, let's say you've consistently lost 3 pounds a week, you almost feel like that's the standard. And I was okay with losing this pound, but when I stepped on the scale and saw that it was a pound, I was instantly reminded of a time when I did Weight Watchers in undergrad. And it's so embarrassing to share this story, but I'm going to share it anyway. I went to weigh in. I lived in Pittsburgh at the time, and I lost a pound. Now, mind you, this was around the time I had lost 60 pounds in total. But this one week, I came in and I lost a pound, and y'all, why did I cry on the way home? First of all, I cried on the way home, and I probably went and got a bunch of bad food. And so for story time today, in sharing that memory, I want to tell you that a win, and I'm sharing these experiences because while I do want you to grab nuggets about the things I'm eating, the things I'm doing exercise-wise, my number one focus on this channel for this fitness journey process vlogging is that we really tackle your mindset around this health and fitness journey. I don't want to tell you what your body should look like if you weigh the same amount as me. I don't want to tell you what you need to eat to see results. I can tell you what I'm eating as ideas, but nothing that I'm doing is guaranteed to produce the same results in you. And so I don't want that to be like a standard for you. But what I do want you to do is to assess how you are viewing this journey. And so I was an undergrad. I cried. I probably went and got some Chinese food because that was close to my dorm. Probably even got a steak and cheese. I mean, I completely down spiraled because I was so disappointed. And when I think about it, I was so disappointed because I was not losing weight in a way that was sustainable. And so what felt like what was an investment being how I spent my week leading up to the weigh-in, felt like a sacrifice. And it offended me that I had put in so much work the past 6 days just to get to the 7th day and only see 1 pound. This was before I understood that inches could have been coming off. This was before I understood that I could be building muscle. But yeah, I was hot. I might have quit Weight Watchers at that point. But I don't want to say that because I'm not sure. But I do know that I was sick to my stomach. I was like, what? I was like, do I need to take my earrings off? Like, I just could not believe it was 1 pound. And so I just want to tell you that, like, so I'm jumping around. When I saw the 1 pound, I chuckled, and then I said, maybe this is a good time to start measuring inches. And I was talking to a couple people, and several of them, just because they asked, like, how was your weigh-in? You always sweet. Several people were like, do you think you're beginning to plateau? Meaning, like, I'm not going to see progress on the scale anymore. And that could be because I'm gaining muscle. I might have to jolt my workout or something. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I don't think so. But if that does happen, okay. Because I understand that the scale can easily move. The scale can begin to move slower, but that doesn't mean inches aren't coming off. And so I thought about measuring myself inches wise, and I played with it a lot this week, and now I'm going to say on camera that I don't think I'm going to do that, only because I don't want to go from one place that we've been taught to obsess over to another place. And this is my personal decision. I'm not telling you not to do that. Sometimes we need to have some type of tracking device to continue and to build the momentum. But I think I'm not going to track measurements because if the scale doesn't move, I want to teach myself in my mental space that the win leading up to the scale was I made good choices. I exercised, which in turn is an investment. Period. Of course, no one wants to feel like they're making good choices that cancel their fleshly desires, meaning, I could just binge on Chinese and pizza and burgers and all these other things. But the reality is, it's not a sacrifice, it is an investment. I have saved myself time out of the hospital. I'm possibly saving my husband time for medical bills. I am removing myself from statistics of what obesity looks like in the African American community. These are investments that I'm making into myself, and so it wasn't a waste and it's not in vain. And lastly, what this time around has taught me is that sometimes our body just doesn't reflect what has happened when it's time to weigh in. And so if we focus on that one moment and harp the entire week over that, we will lose all of the work the progress we've made, because our body's like, chill. Like, if I'm going to be honest, I've weighed in before and maybe had a tinkle right after, and I noticed, like, I'm not tinkling a pound away, right? But those few ounces that maybe the scale didn't show in that moment. Sometimes I will take a nap, like, let's say I weigh in at 5 a.m. and I get up and I'm like just weighing in because it's Saturday. And then maybe I lay back down, and then for my official like tracking, I just step on the scale one more time, let's say, because I just didn't think about it, didn't write it down. And I'll notice a difference because maybe my body is still digesting last night's meal or digesting this week's food. I don't know what my body's doing in the time that I lay back down for an hour or two versus when I first woke up. But maybe carbs being burnt. I don't know. But my point is, we cannot harp over this one weigh-in. And we can't see 1 pound as not being good. Okay? And my last point that I just want to say, because I'm just sharing, story time is just me talking about what happened and my experiences and what I think. We also have to change our mindset around what this number on the scale represents when it comes to us. Like, I have to tell myself, like, listen, if this number changes drastically or it doesn't change at all, you are still educated, you are still sexy, you are still wise, you are still hardworking, you are still fashionable, you are still a great cook. Like, nothing about your life changes as much because of that scale. And we have to learn to renew our minds and correct those things that we've made truth. Yes, I have noticed, and maybe I'll talk about this in another video, that like when I've been my smallest, men have, approached me more. So there is something to be said for like plus size women experiences and slimmer women, but that's not the case all the time. There are men who love thick women, who only want to talk to bigger women. So I won't even base that as in reality, but still having to break up with our agreement that this number on the scale adds value to us. It doesn't. And so I wish when I was an undergrad, when I was doing Weight Watchers privately, that when I had that one weigh-in, that the person who weighed me in was able to reassure me that that was a great thing. I think they missed that opportunity to coach me. And I wish that I had a community at that time around me to tell me, like, you lost 1 pound on the scale, but you may have lost inches. You did a great job at making good food choices. You did a great job at making sure you guys are exercising, you're developing behavior, because it would have saved me years of stressing over how every week went. And so when I saw the 1 pound, I'm like, okay, you know better, you know more now. And I wanted to make sure that even throughout this week, it just so happened that I was asked to be vegetarian, but throughout the week that I wasn't depriving myself, because that is something we do just so I can see a change on the scale on Saturday. That is crazy. I'm saying that to myself. And if you're someone who struggles with that, I want you to understand that's not healthy. It's not healthy. And you should be learning how to lose weight and shed inches while still eating throughout the week. So I don't want to teach myself that I have to starve for a day or two for Saturday's results to be pleasing. I want to teach myself that, okay, my body shed 1 pound. What did I eat this week? How much working out did I do? Is it possible that I've gained muscle? Am I noticing my clothes fitting differently? Because I'm not going to measure my inches just yet. I don't feel like keeping up with that. But things like that, so that we look at our journey from a big picture, whole picture point of view. And so I pray that you've started your journey. I pray that these videos are encouragement. I pray that you can see some of yourself in my process, that your thoughts aren't crazy, that you're not the only person having them, that we've all been there, that 1 pound or that half a pound is still a win. And that your body is your partner. You're partnering with your body to do this. So don't go to war with it. I'm not going to stop saying that, because I really want us to understand that when we, hate ourselves and the time it takes for us to get to where we're trying to get to, we are in direct opposition with our temple. And that is harder to work through. That is a harder thing to win over. And so maybe we'll talk about that in another video. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for tuning in, liking, and subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment below. I would love to talk to you about your journey. Cheers to week 10. Bye.